The Republic of Turkey Jandarmary is an armed general law enforcement agency that protects public order with safety and security. Fulfilling the duties given by other laws and presidential decrees, Jandarmary is affiliated with the Ministry of Interior. Established in 1839, the Jandarmary organization was restructured after the abolition of the Janissaries. During the First World War and the War of Independence, while performing security and public order services on the one hand, it took its glorious place in history with its outstanding achievements in defense of the homeland on many fronts. With the proclamation of the Republic, the gendarmerie stations serving all over the country became the gateway of the state to the citizens, in addition to their security and public order duties. The gendarmerie units, which achieved outstanding success with their distinguished commando elements, made great contributions to bringing peace and tranquility to the island during the Cyprus peace operation. The civilian duties of the Turkish gendarmerie include ensuring public order with safety and security. It protects and watches, prohibits and investigates smuggling. The Turkish gendarmerie takes and implements the necessary measures to prevent crime. External protection duties of penal institutions and detention centers are also among their duties. To carry out the procedures specified in the laws regarding the crimes committed and to fulfill the legal services related to them constitute their judicial duties. Fulfilling military services provided by laws and presidential decrees constitutes the military duties of the Turkish gendarmerie. Besides, it fulfills all other duties given by the execution of other laws and regulations and orders and decisions based on them. Provincial gendarmerie, district gendarmerie, and gendarmerie stations, which are located all around our country, carry out security and public order duties on a 24-hour basis. Gendarmerie stations are equipped with modern vehicles and materials to provide these services quickly and effectively. Gendarmerie uses equipment such as hawk glasses, barcode, data matrix reading systems, mini drones, and anti-drones. Besides, to be closer to the citizens in service, gendarmerie public security points are established as needed to serve at critical road junctions, motorway entrances and exits, especially in regions where tourism is intense. Apart from these, special units have been formed according to the specialization subjects needed. These units are equipped with specialized weapons, tools, equipment, and materials. The Gendarmerie General Command, which organized parallel to the width of its area of duty, consists of central and district organizations, internal security units, gendarmerie and Coast Guard Academy and training unions, logistics support units, aviation units, and other units established according to the specialties of the mission. The personnel of the Gendarmerie General Command, which is the assurance of our peace and security, are trained by the Gendarmerie and Coast Guard Academy in a dynamic and modern education and training system that is updated in line with the expectations and needs of the society with constantly changing and diverse duties. During this training process, all kinds of technological support are used to ensure that gendarmerie staff receive the highest level of training. Foça Gendarmerie Commando School and Training Center Command provides the needs of commando training of the Gendarmerie General Command's leading personnel. The personnel working in the Commando and Special Operations units, except for the Commando Basic and Commando Specialization courses, within the scope of counter-terrorism operations, are also trained in anti-terrorist operation in residential area, mine and handmade explosive detection, demolition and destruction, and sniper training that requires professionalization and expertise. Gendarmerie aviation units, in addition to their counter-terrorism missions, perform duties such as air transportation, command control, reconnaissance and surveillance, security and public order services, air supply, sanitary evacuation, natural disasters, humanitarian aid, and search and rescue throughout the country. The pilots and helicopter technicians needed by the Gendarmerie General Command are trained at the Gendarmerie Aviation School Command. The Gendarmerie Traffic School was established to meet the trained personnel needs of the traffic units of the Gendarmerie General Command and to take a more active role in the solution of the traffic problem in our country. In the Gendarmerie Traffic School, traffic refreshment, dangerous goods transport inspection, accident investigation and expertise, and motorcycle driving courses are given. On the other hand, the training of the soldiers who will perform their military service under the umbrella of the Gendarmerie is carried out in the Gendarmerie training units. In addition, within the scope of professionalization, special sergeants are trained in the Gendarmerie branch in training units. Technical and assistant branch officers and non-commissioned officers are trained by the Gendarmerie Technical and Auxiliary Branches Training Center Command, which is established within the Gendarmerie Logistics Command, to use the safe and defensive driving techniques of armored vehicles that take place in the inventory of the Gendarmerie, and to utilize the tactical features of these vehicles efficiently and effectively. Special training is given to the Gendarmerie personnel in charge to gain the ability to drive in difficult terrain. To bring the fight against crime and criminals to the most effective level in all areas where the Gendarmerie operates, the horses and dogs needed by the Gendarmerie General Command are trained best at the Gendarmerie Horse and Dog Training Center Command, together with their operators in line with their duty needs. Horses and dogs that are raised under a special program from their birth are subjected to special training for certain periods according to their duties. Under the responsibility of the Gendarmerie General Command, the duties of controlling and regulating traffic on highways and seizing traffic crimes are carried out by the Gendarmerie Traffic Teams and the Gendarmerie Traffic Hussar Teams. Gendarmerie Motorcycle Hussar Teams are assigned to District Gendarmerie Commands and Gendarmerie Station Commands, which are determined by taking population, tourism density, and task needs into account, to perform general law enforcement services, and to respond to incidents in a short time. Gendarmerie highway traffic teams were established to serve in the provinces of Istanbul, Kocaeli, and Sakarya to ensure traffic safety on the northern Marmara motorway. Mounted gendarmerie units are used effectively in areas where tourism activities are intense, such as festivals, liberation days, and victory weeks, as well as patrol services which are performed in forest areas and recreation areas. Especially, the fact that the gendarmerie personnel working in these regions have a good knowledge of foreign languages helps to facilitate communication with foreign tourists while providing a safe environment, contributing to the development of tourism that contributes to the country's economy. Gendarmerie dog elements, our loyal friends of duty, enable detailed searches of suspicious areas and early detection of criminal elements while conducting security and public order services. Dog elements make a significant contribution to performing security checks in dangerous situations, searching for drugs, mines, and explosives, locating the victims in possible natural disasters, and finding missing persons and bodies. Underwater search and rescue teams, which have all kinds of equipment required by the mission, perform the duties of finding our citizens who disappeared in natural disasters and drowning in the water incidents, and determine the evidence of crime underwater. Environment, nature, and animal protection teams have been established to ensure good and appropriate treatment of animals by intervening in the acts committed against the environment, nature, and animals, and to leave a clean nature to future generations. Gendarmerie crime investigation teams, which are in the position of special detective of the Gendarmerie General Command, were established with the aim of resolving the unidentified incidents in a short time, arresting the perpetrators and referring them to the judicial authorities, and thus increasing the service quality of the gendarmerie. Safety and security services in inland waters are provided by the Gendarmerie Public Security Boat Commands. The Turkish Gendarmerie has the duty to transfer or transport the detainees and convicts by taking the external security and protection measures of the penal execution institutions. The security of the facilities that have a significant contribution to the national economy and are considered to be critical are also provided by the gendarmerie units. Gendarmerie search and rescue teams work in high-risk mountainous regions where winter and summer tourism are intensely carried out, and injuries and disappearances occur in difficult nature and land conditions. Our teams have superior knowledge and experience in important issues such as summer and winter mountaineering, combating severe cold, first aid needed in search and rescue activities. These teams perform the tasks of finding missing persons, rescuing those who are under an avalanche, evacuation of the sick and injured by using specially trained search and rescue dogs, and extend a helping hand to our citizens in the most difficult moments. The Gendarmerie criminal system, which was established to illuminate the incidents using scientific methods and identify the suspects and bring them to justice, consists of the Criminal Department, Criminal Laboratories, Criminal Section Chiefs, Crime Scene Investigation Teams, and Explosives Disposal Teams. Explosive Material Disposal Teams established in tourism regions, regions where terrorist incidents are intense, and large provinces, on the other hand, render explosive devices ineffective. Aiming to be an exemplary law enforcement agency, the Gendarmerie General Command also shows great dedication in the fight against smuggling and organized crime. It carries out its duties of combating smuggling and organized crime within the framework of the legislation, utilizing expert personnel, using modern tools, equipment, and modern investigation techniques, in cooperation with national and international institutions and organizations. The Department of Combating Migrant Smuggling and Human Trafficking has been established to fulfill the duties and responsibilities in the field of migrant smuggling and human trafficking within the legal framework, following the criteria of effectiveness, accountability, and representation. 112 emergency call centers and 156 gendarmerie notice lines, which are the most important factor for our citizens to inform the gendarmerie of incidents involving security and public order, are accessible 24 hours a day. To reach the incident victims and disaster victims requesting help from the gendarmerie units as soon as possible, the location information of the mobile and fixed phones of the persons requesting assistance is accessed, and the said services can also be accessed via jandarma.gov.tr. Cybercrimes units investigate cybercrimes committed in a virtual environment, identify the identity of the perpetrators, conduct an investigation into the crimes committed, and carry out the operation. Also, to enlighten all kinds of crimes, search, forensic copy, examination, data recovery, and reporting operations are carried out in information systems. Procedural acts regarding the protection of children from crime, prevention of children committing a crime, children who are driven to crime and in need of protection, and women victims of domestic violence are carried out in the headquarters of the Gendarmerie General Command by the Combating Domestic Violence and Juvenile Branch Directorate. While the Gendarmerie organization performs its security and public order service with a superior sense of duty, it continues its duty as the essential element that fights devotedly against terrorist organizations operating in separatist and destructive activities. Gendarmerie Commando Special Operations Units consist of volunteer, brave, experienced, physically strong, and skilled professionals. It is in a distinguished position in the anti-terrorist operation as a unit that can move day and night under all kinds of terrain and weather conditions, and has the means and ability to reach long distances on foot thanks to its light equipment and resistance. Operating directly under the Gendarmerie General Command, the Gendarmerie Commando Special Security Command, composed of professionals, takes part in challenging missions that take place anywhere in the country and exceed the capabilities of other gendarmerie units. It carries out the duties of carrying out search and rescue operations in natural disasters, accidents, incidents, and disappearances, performing hostage rescue operations and providing security and order in difficult natural conditions, with operations requiring special training, weapons, equipment, and superior skills. To meet the increasing need for air support, the country decided to organize, and the Gendarmerie Aviation reached a critical air strength with the addition of modern aircraft provided by technology to the fleets. The Gendarmerie Aviation units, which have become stronger with the newly included local attack helicopters in the inventory, aims to double their capacity by 2023. As part of the fight against terrorists, our unmanned aerial vehicles, armed unmanned aerial vehicles, and MPT-76 infantry rifles that are produced with national and local means have significantly increased the technical and tactical capacity of our gendarmerie units. The logistics support required by the gendarmerie units in fulfilling all these challenging tasks is provided by the Gendarmerie Logistics Command. The Gendarmerie Logistics Command precisely plans and fulfills the logistic support required by the gendarmerie unions, headquarters, and institutions. With its extensive organization, facilities, facilities and capabilities, ranging from construction to production, from repair to storage, from transportation to supply, maintenance, ceremony, and band services. The Gendarmerie Band Command, which has made significant contributions to the promotion of the Gendarmerie General Command, attracts great attention in its domestic and international duties. In addition to the official ceremonies it attends, it brings the colors of polyphonic music to life with contemporary and modern expressions. With the concerts it gives and the albums it has released and popularized the band music to a bigger audience. The Gendarmerie Janissary Band Command was established in 2019 within the Gendarmerie Band Command and carried out its first activity on June 14, 2019. At the celebration ceremonies of the 180th anniversary of the establishment of the Gendarmerie General Command. Gendarmerie Force Command, with the name of Gendarmerie Force Sports Club, represents the Gendarmerie General Command in national and international competitions in shooting, athletics, cross-country, orienteering, kickboxing, and skiing with success. The Gendarmerie Museum, which was established to reflect the developments experienced in periods from the establishment of the Gendarmerie to the present, and to collect and protect all kinds of military cultural assets related to the Gendarmerie, and to pass them on to future generations, serves as a first-class military museum. The names of our personnel who were martyred while fighting for the indivisible integrity of the homeland, the unit and solidarity of our nation, and the establishment of safety and order were immortalized with the Gendarmerie Martyrs Monument. The Gendarmerie General Command has been a principal member of the FIEP, International Association of Gendarmerie and Police Forces with Military Status, which was established in 1994 to ensure cooperation and exchange of experience between European countries and the countries on the Mediterranean coast since 1998. The Gendarmerie General Command became a member of the European Gendarmerie Force, which was established in 2004 to ensure general and public order in crisis regions around the world on May 27, 2010, with observer status, to prevent the crises that occur in different regions of the world and to restore regional peace within the framework of the peace support operations carried out within the UN, EU, and NATO. Since its establishment, the Republic of Turkey Gendarmerie has always strived for the peace and security of society. It has adopted the rule of law and community-supported public order service, where the rights of individuals and institutions are protected within the framework of human rights and freedoms. The Republic of Turkey Gendarmerie, which fulfills its duties within the framework of the laws, will continue to work in the future to be an exemplary law enforcement agency that provides respectable, reliable, and quality service in the national and international field, with its human-centered contemporary management and sense of duty. The Republic of Turkey Gendarmerie, taking its strength from the faith and support of our beloved nation, is proud of being in the service of the Turkish nation for hundreds of years. As the founder of the Republic of Turkey, the great leader Mustafa Kemal Atatürk stated, "The Gendarmerie is an army of law, which is an example of modesty, sacrifice, and renunciation that has always been devoted to the country, nation, and republic with love and loyalty."